Hello, my little muses. Welcome to my channel, Mia Minx. You can call me Minxie. So, today we are going to be asking the age-old question, are they actually sorry? And we're going to find that out for you today. So we have 4 piles to choose from. Pile 1, I'll bring it up so you can see it. Pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. Pile 3. Letting you get all the details in there because there's a lot of them. Okay, and then pile 4. Also a lot of details in this one too. Okay, so I am going to give you guys a couple of seconds to hone in into your intuition and decide which card is best for you. I'm also sorry about all of the jingling. My cat is right behind me and he will not sit still. So, you know, kitties just do their kitty thing. So I'll give you a couple of minutes. You may resonate with one or more cards, but please, please do listen to whatever your intuition is telling you. And if it helps you to use the images in the cards, then please use that too. Okay, I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this card, then this is your pile. All right. So we are asking, are they, whoever it is that you have in mind, are they actually sorry? So this is your pile. I already pre-pulled for you, so we don't have to go through all the shuffling. And let's see what our cards are. Okay, Queen of Air. So that's interesting because Swords is also air, but we also have a Prince and we have a Queen. So one of these signs is a little more, the word that's coming to me is grown up maybe than the other. So if that resonates at all with you, possibly. Okay, we've got the 5 of Air. Next, this is actually, I'm going to pull this back up again real quick. So this card means, you know, sort of what it looks like. We have a blindfold on. We're keeping our eyes shut to a situation that we may, you know a little bit more than we're letting on or allowing ourselves to see and believe. So I am just going to tuck this right over here. Okay. And next we have 9 of Cups reversed. Okay, so some unfulfillment, some of our cups, those of us who are listening, some of our cups are not being filled or have not been filled, possibly by this person that we're thinking of, which we want more for you than that. The Hierophant reversed. Okay, interesting. And okay. Oh, another mask. The Masquerader? The Masquerader? That's just what I'm going to say. And I hope that that is right. But if it's not, I'm sure somebody will let me know. So hiding your true self and projection. Yeah, someone's actually like creating a mask for them to to wear and appear. This, you know, this might be on either side here, honestly. This could be the person in mind, or this could be you. You know, maybe just feeling like, we may be feeling very different internally than how we act externally. Okay, let's see what our next one is. The storyteller, viewpoints, and control. Okay. So, darling dear group number 1. Based off of the information that we have thus far from the cards and the just general energy that I'm feeling from this reading, when we ask the question, are they actually sorry? I think it would be beneficial to look at this card a little bit more. Even just in this imagery, there's a feeling that this person, you know, they don't look done with what they're doing. They're almost kind of playing in the blood and in the wounds that they've created. Now, before continuing, because I know that these kind of outcomes and these kind of readings are, you know, they're not easy to hear. And I completely understand that. And I do apologize. I do not want to hurt your feelings. But I do want to allow you to gain a different perception and to see that maybe in this situation, there is less here for you than you're allowing yourself to see. And that your cups deserve to be full too. And that your cups don't need to go empty for another person who may continuously keep doing the things that they, you know, may be saying, or I mean, there's a lot of energy here of this person not being very forthright with you, which is not anything that we ever really, you know, desire in relationships of any kind, right? But it's important for me to also highlight and say this, especially because of this card and also how it relates to the Hierophant. You do not have to feel guilty, and you do not have to feel like you are not a good person, or that something, how do I want to say this? I don't want you to feel like prioritizing yourself and doing what is right for you is wrong, because it's not. It's what you should be doing. You should be leaning into these things, because these types of situations and relationships that we deal with in life, they keep you empty. And I am speaking from a place of experience and a place of, you know, staying in relationships for a lot longer than, you know, may have been right, you know, for me, and, you know, even possibly the other person as well, you know what I mean? And this seems like, you know, it might be one of those types of relationships, or at least one that, you know, it would be beneficial for you to have more caution around and with, and more discernment, because this Queen of Air, you know, she's a very clear thinker. She's analytical. She's logical. She can see, you know, what needs to be seen, even if it's not being laid out directly in front of her. Because, again, speaking from experiences, in these types of situations, there is a inner voice that's in you that knows all of this is true. There is a little voice inside of you that knows that this person may not be the best for you. But there also may be some reasons, whatever they are, you know, whether it be this person's possible manipulative behavior or trauma that you yourself carry, you know, different voices that aren't your own, that are in your head, that, you know, maybe you possibly hadn't sorted through and realized that actually that's not my voice. You know, this is the voice of, sorry about that. This is the voice of, you know, I don't know, my 6th grade bully that like I'm still hearing in my head, but that's not actually me, that's them. And then, you know, finding a way to make that voice stop. So it could be, you know, some inner thing, or it could be an external thing or another person. But, you know, I don't know if it's also maybe just anxiety, or there's just this feeling, right? There's this feeling that you know something is not right. You know something is up. You know something is wrong. And sometimes it's easier to, you know, to blindfold ourselves and to close our eyes from those, you know, things that if they were true, you know, how painful they may be to experience. I absolutely and completely understand that. But I will let you know from my own experience, all that has done in the long run is prolonged my pain and kept me away from the people that were meant to be in my life and who treated me in drastically different ways, in ways that altered how I operate, I mean, in general, but also within relationships. In a good way, you know, going from thinking in these sort of situations that I knew what love was, right? Because, you know, in this situation, I thought that I was in love, even though it was, you know, there was so much turmoil and it was tumultuous, and he was a DICK and CHEATER and a BUSER. Okay, so even though we had all those situations going on because of my own stuff, I really seriously struggled to see that and to even, you know, allow myself to perceive that reality, because then I would start to feel what that meant. And it was very heavy and it was very scary and it was a lot. But when you come out of it and you're on the other side, you are so glad that you are free from this. And I know that might be like almost impossible to comprehend right now, but I promise you, you deserve better. You deserve so much more than what this person is giving you, regardless of the reason. Regardless of the reason. Okay? And you do not have to sacrifice yourself for this person. You do not have to take those hits. You do not have to always be pretending. You know, you don't have to do that. And that there are ways for you to get out, to move on, to move towards not just better, but yourself and your whole self and entire self that you may be seriously struggling to accept, if not access right now. Okay, and maybe it's not even that serious, right? Maybe I'm just speaking from my own situation and it's not even that serious with you, which I am so grateful for. I, would not wish that experience on anyone. So I would be very grateful if that was not the case. But if it is, I'm just letting you know, okay, that even though it is insanely terrifying and it seems impossible, it is not. And you can walk through the fire and you can make it through on the other side. And you will be amazed by how different everything is. And you will be amazed by how different people out there can treat you. I thought I was in love here, and then I got out, and it took a little bit, and then I fell in love again. And I actually learned for the very first time in my entire life what being in love actually felt like and what that actually meant. And it was nothing like this at all. It was not this at all. It was, like I was almost in shock that I could be treated that way. And I never wanted to look back ever again. And I never did. Okay? There's a way out. And even though you may not believe it right now, there is better on the other side. Okay. And if it's not that serious, then it's not that serious, and that's okay. But okay. Let's pull your last few cards and see what else you have. These are oracle cards, so let's see what our first one is. So we've got fire in reverse. I'm just going to speak on this now. So another thing that this is very much reminding me of is, a lot of the times when you are a very brilliant person and you shine and you are so radiant and just beautiful and loving and giving and just, just mwah, chef's kiss of a person. There are some people in this world who see that and all they want to do is take your light away from you and dim you and make your beautiful, bright flame invisible to those around you. But don't forget that you are this and you have this in you. All right? Okay. So, fire reversed. And then we have impasse. Yeah. A lot of entanglement. A lot of challenge navigating. Something that feels, but not is impossible to get through. But it's not. It's not impossible to get through. Okay. And then we have inner voice. Yeah, beautiful. We talked about that, right? We talked about knowing. Okay, so listen to your inner voice, even if it makes you cry, okay? Sometimes we just need to cry, even if it makes you scream. Sometimes we just need to scream. Listen to your inner voice. That is your compass in life. I'm going to put this one right here. And then our last one is a little wonky. I'm doing my best. Yes. Okay, soul family. Now this is what I was talking about. When you make it through on the other side. And when you've released and you're a lot more free than you used to be, a lot more aligned than you used to be, stuff just starts flying towards you. Because you've let go of all of this stuff that's not you and it's never been you. And now you've got all of this room to bring in and attract the beautiful, incredible, amazing blessing of a soul family. We love soul family. And maybe you have some soul family in your life already. And if that's the case, then this is an indication for you to lean on them, you know, for this situation that we're dealing with right now, regardless of who it is. I was, you know, really going ham over there about it being like, you know, romantic relationships, but this could be a family member. This could be a friendship. You know, I've definitely had my fair share of both of those that, you know, I've had to navigate through. So I absolutely understand. But at the end of the day, the most important thing for you to listen to is your inner voice, and to trust and know, that when you let these kind of situations go, whatever that means for you, you know, whatever that means for you, as long as it is for your highest good, and that you're safe, and that you are focusing on you, that you're prioritizing you and your inner voice and yourself because you deserve to. However that means for you, when you do take those steps and you release all of that stuff, you will allow yourself to really, really come together with the people who are absolutely meant to be in your life, and who will mean it when they say sorry, okay? Unlike this fool. Okay, unlike that fool. Psh. These are the people that are going to change your life for the better. Okay? All right. Okay, my sweet, sweet, sweet pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you feel so inclined to leave a comment, that would be very kind and very appreciated. Same with like, and especially subscribing. So thank you so much for watching again. I really do wish you the best with everything. I definitely, absolutely wish I could give you a really big hug right now, because I know how difficult this is. But I just want you to know that it's going to be okay. You know, as difficult as everything is, as everything in the entire world is right now, it's gonna be okay. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. You've got this. You've got this, queen. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye, group number 1. Hi, group number 2. If you chose Spirit of Swords, this card, then this is your reading. Okay. So this is your reading for, are they actually sorry? I pre-shuffled and got your cards ready for you, so we wouldn't have to go through all the ruffle duffle shuffle on camera. But if that is something that you guys actually prefer, then comment and let me know. Okay, so our first card is Masculine and Feminine in Reverse. So the first thing that comes to mind with that, especially with the fire energy right there, is that like whoever you and this person that is on your mind that you're thinking of for this reading, y'all get on each other's nerves. Y'all get on each other's nerves. That is what I'm feeling. Let's see the next one. King of Fire reversed. This is so much fire energy already. So there might be some fire signs involved, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe we've got some of those placements in our big 3 with whoever we're thinking about or ourselves. Let's see what card we have next. 5 of Torches. Interesting. So there's like some almost competitive like behavior. Yeah, some competitive energy, or some, oh, what am I looking for? Sort of like that, I'm not going to let you one-up me. You know, if they do something, then you do something. Again, it's like y'all get on each other's nerves in a way. Okay, whoever you and this person is. Which, you know, we all have difficult relationships, so I get it. I've been there. Okay, Ace of Cups. The first thing I got when I picked up this card is cycles. So we've got some cycles continuing, reoccurring, something going on where it's just like just keeps happening. Whatever it is that, this person, is sorry for, or maybe they didn't even say that they're sorry, or, whatever is going on, whoever you feel upset or hurt by, right? I feel like this is, not the first time this has happened. Likely. Okay, next we have King of Swords reversed. I don't care, so I'll flip it over so y'all can see. But there's a lot of unbalanced energy, like even with the masculine and feminine being reversed, and now we've got the King of Swords reversed, and it even has the Libra scales on it, and the scales are like, obviously not balanced, so, some turbulence is maybe common in this relationship. I mean, we've got some, I don't know if you noticed or saw this earlier, but there is literally a volcano bursting out of this person's head. They're hot-headed. Maybe you both are hot-headed. And this also is giving me like, okay. I read into images a lot. So, we're getting hot-headed. We've got the scorpion by the mouth, which makes me feel like they know how to make what they say sting. Okay, it's gonna hurt, right? And also with this peacock feather, it's just like giving me this card very much as well. The like peacocky Leo man, sometimes. So yeah, just some of that like fluff and feather energy. And yeah, just kind of like very quick to go off, which also may trigger you to go off, but yeah, they really have a way with, pushing your buttons, or just like really getting that like, ooh, that like that sting in, that like that hurt, with their words and the way that they speak and what they say. Next we have, we have Nine of Wands, Draco. I love this card. So this card, for me, my biggest, like what I always like perceive heaviest in this card is boundaries, right? We have this red ribbon going around. For me, red is a color of protection. So this is like, our little protection, and it's, what you're creating. You're creating this barrier of protection from yourself, and maybe putting your energy into that, and like, exerting that, and just going into everything with that, instead of fighting back in this type of way, engaging in that type of way. Because, and obviously to each their own, right? But at this point in my life, that just feels like such a waste of energy. And I would just like, I just am too tired. I'm not interested in doing all that. That's too much. That's just too much. That's too much. So, and I'm in this stage now of, okay, well, I gotta, obviously make some serious boundaries for myself. And so maybe that would be beneficial for you as well. Let's see what our next card is. The Botanist, Parenthood Legacy. Okay, so some of us may have a child with this person. Okay, let's see what's next. The Catalyst. Radical changes, taking control. Well, I love that, right? Okay, this is sort of like, it's akin to the Tower card in a way, but instead of it being more of like an airy mental thing, because I associate the Tower with realizations. You know, I know it's a bunch of other things, but that is like at the top of my list. It's like a realization, a perception change, you know, something that just, when it hits you in a way that you can't undo, you know what I mean? And just things, you just see things differently from that way forward. So, but this card, I feel like, is the Tower, but in a fire sign way, where you are like taking the reins and you are, you know, doing your thing, but for your own good, and maybe even for your own child's good, you know, where like the back and forth just isn't it's not working anymore. You know, maybe they are saying that they're sorry, but it seems like it may be because of selfish reasons. You know, like there's some reason that, you know, like maybe it's just like to keep a cycle going or keep their foot in the door or something like that, but I am not entirely sure it's authentic. By these cards, it seems like it's not really authentic. This person is pretty unbalanced, you know, maybe it's just not, you know, I don't know, it just seems like they are incapable for whatever reason it is, one thing or another, to, you know, not be genuinely sorry for this thing, or able to, you know, take accountability or do what's right, or take those actions that, I don't know, maybe you guys have agreed upon, or what is, you know, should be expected of them, you know, those sorts of things. Even simple stuff, you know what I'm saying? But there comes a point where it's like, what, okay, well, what are we going to do? Are we going to just like keep going in these circles again? These like obviously unbalanced and turbulent back and forth, you know, sort of like, and very much like, I'm like, it seems like it's like bark, 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 you know what I mean? Like, you guys are like really going at it, or you do go at it often. In like, you know, probably damaging ways for the both of you in one way or other, you know, regardless of damage or not, it's still turbulent. It's not like it's a peaceful time, you know, which, you know, you definitely deserve your peace, especially if you are going through something like this. Like, whoo, oh my gosh, like, I just want, like, it's just so whirlwindy that I'm like very much all caught up in that energy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to, like, set on my feet and be like, shit. So, yeah, you know, it just, there's a lot going on, but you have a lot of vitality, you've got a lot of power, right? Like, you could raise a tornado, honey. You got a lot of power, okay? And I know that you know that, and I love that you know that. But I feel like what may be being suggested for you at this time is to reprioritize that energy, you know, like, how can I take the energy that I would spend, you know, going in and trying to get this point across again and all that sort of stuff. Like, instead of me doing that, what can I do for myself in order to protect myself and do what's right for me? Because obviously this person is unable, for whatever reason it is, to do what needs to be done, to mean what they say, and to reiterate that with, you know, changed behavior and changed action. But this person unfortunately doesn't seem to be able to do that for you at this time. So, you know, as exhausting as it may be, it comes back on us. And then we have to be that person to take control and figure out, then, okay, well, then what do I have to do? And then I'm going to do that thing, because I'm not going to let this keep happening anymore. Like, these cycles are too much, and I'm ready for my peace, right? And I hope that you are ready for your peace, because this just seems like, I mean, for me at least, I mean, like, I'm a Leo rising, but, you know what I mean? Like, whew. So I just, you know, feel like definitely it is in your best interest to just put up some healthy boundaries. You know, do what you have to do for you, okay? And your family, if the case may be. Okay, so we have some oracle cards. Let's see what we have here. Maybe get a little bit more on it. Okay, right, right, yes, right, yeah. So, I mean, speaks for itself. Yeah, you guys fight a lot, right? You just are at each other often. Just definitely, I can just feel it. It's like I'm like frustrated, you know, I'm frustrated for you. Oh my goodness, just always at odds, it seems. You know, or just, it just like never ends, you know? Okay, all right, And then self-reverse. So this is what I was sort of alluding to earlier. I'm glad that it popped up, that if this person has said that they are sorry, right? If they told you that they are sorry, they are very likely only saying that for selfish reasons, right? They're not, I'm not entirely sold based off of what I've pulled and what I'm feeling so far, that they are being authentic with you. Okay, and you definitely you deserve authenticity. You know, you deserve honesty. You know, you deserve a whole lot better than all of this, you know, because it's a lot. And maybe you like that it's a lot, but I'm not, you know, I'm not so sure. You know, I don't know. Maybe you do, but if you don't, you know. Whew, so, yeah. But yes, so for selfish reasons, yeah, this person seems just like, and again, it's like there's more cycles, and I don't know if maybe these numbers are relevant. They seem like they might be relevant because we've got this big circle, right, which is him or her or they, them, whoever this person is that you're thinking of. So this is, you know, it's given, you know, a little narcissistic, you know. So we've got that going on, and then there's these 3 smaller keys that are attached to this person in some way. And not only are they attached to this person, but they're also like almost like being like weighed down or like pushed down, or, you know, there's like just like this I'm getting suppression. It's like what I'm getting like suppression, or just like, yeah, not allowing I don't know, there's just like, there's definitely just some, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's the very much the world revolves around them. And it's not even just with you. I feel like this is just like, you know, very much like how this person is, but it affects you. And if you have family, or their family or whatever, it affects, you know, family most. Like the people that they are closest to are most affected by this. And it's not pleasant. You know, it's constricting. I mean, even the 3 rings are like, you know, smushed together also. So, yeah. All right, let's see what we've got here. Falling in love. Okay. I mean, oh, man, I get it. I do. I understand. And it is tough. It's really, really tough. And I've been in turbulent situations before, and I have felt very, very deeply for that person. But also, don't mistake anger for passion. Don't mistake arguments for passion. They're not, you know, they don't leave you feeling good ever, right? It's not a passionate thing to continue to hurt each other. You know, or for one person to be directly hurting another person, aka like you know what I mean? And one thing that my therapists used to tell me, I've had a couple like over the years or whatever, but what is one thing that they told me that always really drastically stuck out to me, even though it like broke my heart, made my skin crawl, and it is very hard to accept. They said, as much as you can love somebody, sometimes love isn't enough. And you know, they're not wrong. Sometimes it's just not enough. Sometimes our peace and sometimes our safety and sometimes just peace of mind and like just a healthier, happier, more tranquil lifestyle. You know, maybe that I would love more actually. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just sitting back and doing a little reflecting on these sorts of situations. So maybe that's the case. But yeah, you know, I understand. I see that there's definitely some entanglement, you know. There's a lot of fire energy, so I'm sure that there is passion, you know, and maybe conflicts lead to other things that I cannot say on YouTube, but some other things. And I can understand how, you know, that can feel passionate at times, but it's just those cycles always continuing and the turbulent waves always crashing and it never really ever, you know, settling down and being the calm that is required, you know, sometimes. We have sanctuary, privacy, personal space, respect boundaries, and taboos. So again, we've got another boundary card here. So they're really wanting to hammer that in. And again, I think this is like very much a reflection, you know, card, like some time alone to really think about how do I really feel about this situation? You know, what's best for me moving forward? Yeah, and just taking some nice time for yourself to really decipher kind of how you want to move forward, you know? So yeah, group number 2, this is your reading. If you feel so inclined to comment, like, and subscribe, that would be so kind. I definitely wish for calmer waters for you in the future, my sweet group number 2. All right, I will see you next time. Best of luck. Bye. Hi, group number 3. If you chose Mutable Air, Prince of Swords, if you chose this card, then this is your reading for Are They Actually Sorry? So we're going to take a look and see. I already pre-shuffled just so we didn't have the ruffle shuffle on camera. I know it can be a little overstimulating, but if that is something that you actually enjoy, please comment and let me know, and I will start doing that on camera. Okay, so let's see what we have here. What are our cards? Are they actually sorry? Wisdom. Okay. I'm liking the lantern because that's giving me a little bit illumination vibes, like maybe we're having a for lack of a better word, we're having a come to Jesus moment. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, oh, all right, we have the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands basically, but I like this because aces are new beginnings, aces are potential, and I like that it's a fire energy because for me this means likely that action will be taken. And honestly, when we're thinking about apologies and stuff like that, and if somebody is actually sorry, how are you going to know they're actually sorry? It's not by their words, it's by their changed behavior. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, let's move on. Okay, Judgment. Oh my God, interesting. For are they actually sorry? Some good cards so far. Queen of Cups. Okay. So for this card, actually, I'm feeling more that this card is resonating with, or more closely related to the person who is watching this video, because we have this queen looking into a cup, almost contemplatively, and being like, that is pretty empty. Maybe taking some notice that things, there's just something that's not entirely balanced going on here, okay? Let's see what's next. The Tower reversed. Okay. Underneath the Wisdom card. That's interesting. Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, we'll see how the rest of the cards, you know, go and what happens and what we see and everything. But for right now, what I'm getting out of this is when it comes to are they actually sorry, I do feel like they are actually sorry. But what I feel is that, how do I want to explain this? They're definitely doing some reflection with this wisdom, which I love, this illumination, right? And we've got the fire here, so good. But with the Tower in reverse, it's just making me feel like, yes, they are sorry. And yes, they are going to take action and very likely, you know, act upon some change behavior. But it just might take a little bit. Okay, it just might take a little while for that to finally start rolling in a way that it's like, it's consistent, it's regular, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So it just might be a, you know, like a bumpy little road on the way there, but it will be there. It's just going to be a little bumpy maybe. All right, let's see. I have next the Air. Unseen potential and hesitation. Right. I mean, also, okay, so if we're doing this, and it's so funny that it's lined up underneath here, there might be some ego death happening with this situation in this person. So it might just be like maybe the stubbornness, maybe the like hesitation is some lingering, what's the word I want? It's because it's not lessons, because they aren't things that you want to like, you know, stick around with. And, sorry if you can hear the cicadas outside right now, but, this feels like something that they were taught, that it may not necessarily be the best, and they're kind of like shedding that. They're trying to shed that, but it just might take some time. It also could be like, you know, learned from experience or trauma or all those sorts of things too. Like that's entirely possible, which is why it might take just a little bit more time, because, you know, like that stuff does take a little bit to shed it. You know, you got to shine a light on it, and then you've got to, you know, really like rethink that perception, and like, you know, so there's a lot of steps that go into it. Let's see what we have next. The Queen, determination, sacrifice. Another Queen card here to match our darling Queen of Cups here. So we've got air energy, water energy, and some fire energy going on. And also like royal, we got some royal stuff going on over here. We like literally the air and the Queen. So I love. Yeah, unseen potential, hesitation. This is interesting too, because I'm also getting that maybe for some of us, this could be our child. Maybe not so much a romantic situation, but a child, since we have Prince and then the Queen and then the Heir and the Queen, you know. And also in the Judgment card here, we got a little family, a little person. So, and also in the Prince of Swords, look at that. We've got 2 kids in here too. So this very much might have to do with children. And we have a little egg. So, you know, that's fertility, you know, little baby, little chicken babies, or other little, I don't know, crocodile, snakes. There's a bunch of things that are born in eggs. Y'all get my drift. So yeah, it definitely might be also child related. So again, yes, whoever this person is, if this is your baby, or if this is like just somebody of that energy, maybe you have a friend that's like a little sister or a brother to you, you know, like all those sort of vibes. It also could be romantic, but for whatever reason for this reading, it's like not really giving that too much. Definitely possible, but I'm getting some different energies from this. So it might just not be romantic for everybody, if that makes sense. Just because of all the indications we have here. So yeah, definitely it seems like whoever this person is sorry. It just like, and they are really sorry. They are really sorry. It just might take a little bit of time for the change behavior to happen, to, you know, really start to unfold and all those sorts of things. But definitely whoever is watching this video right now has realized that something needs to change, because whatever the situation is, whatever you feel as though needs to be taken accountability for, all those sorts of things. Like, there's just something that you realize, this is unbalanced. I'm not also getting what I need. You know, maybe we're doing too much. Maybe the methods that we had used previously, you know, just aren't working anymore. And so we're switching some gears and we're thinking in some new ways, you know, how can we change this? And I really love, look at this. I really love this Judgment card, because Judgment is even extending her hand to this baby in a way that's like, I don't know, I just feel like it gives a very, like, you don't need to fear over this. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a very loving and a very parental and just a very sweet sort of learning process, if that makes sense. I just love, like, look how stinking cute that is. That is so very cute. And everyone's embracing, and it's just, we're learning, we're growing, okay? And, you know, people make mistakes, and that's all right. We learn from them, we grow from them, you know? All right, so let's look into the oracle cards that we have, see if we can get a little bit of a better idea on this, maybe like what would be best for you to do moving forward, or just to kind of round out the reading in general. So group number 3, my camera overheated, but we're back now. So let's take a look at these oracle cards. I'm going to put them all out and then we'll talk about them, okay? All right, so we have silence in reverse. It feels like it should go here. And, okay, this card is the Heavens card from this deck. And, oh, Enlightenment. Okay. And Grounding. Beautiful. Okay, group number 3. So, these two cards are connected because they're both talking about something still being up in the heavens. Like, if we're thinking about balanced energies, right? We have above and below. Duality is everything. That's what keeps us balanced, right? That's what keeps everything balanced. So it's having those ideas, allowing them to come through you, and then making them a reality in whatever way that means for you here on Earth. Because with the silence card in reverse, I'm having some feelings that possibly, when it comes to these things that you are seeking an apology for, or maybe seeking change behavior for, especially because it's like with this energy, you know, as we were talking about, like, it just may take a little while for those sorts of things to start happening. I have a feeling maybe part of the reason that is because, you know, those of us who are watching this video, maybe we are not being explicit enough when it comes to expressing why we are upset or dissatisfied or whatever is going on that you feel that you want an apology for, some just change behavior, whatever is going on. I have a feeling that maybe we aren't expressing that as clearly as would be beneficial for not only you guys, but the situation. Because I definitely feel like whoever it is that's on the other side, like, I think that they do want to do right. They definitely do want to do right by you. But we have to give them that opportunity, right? We have to give them that opportunity by being forthcoming, by being honest, by being direct, even if it is difficult. Okay, not all of us are really good at reading in between the lines. You know, sometimes we just have to be direct. And sometimes maybe we think we're being direct, but maybe we're not being direct enough. And when I am talking about being direct, you know, we don't have to be rude, right? We can definitely get our feelings across in a clear way that isn't harsh or abrasive or any of those sorts of things. You know, even though, like, sometimes that happens, right? That just happens. But if you are worried about it coming across in a type of way that you're like, oh, I don't know if this will be like be favorable and all those sorts of things. Well, you know, you need to get your cup filled too, okay? You have to get your cup filled too. And how do you do that? First, by letting people know that your cup isn't full. And seeing what can be done in order to make sure that you feel just as fulfilled in this situation, that you feel just as taken care of, just as considered, you know, as this other person. Okay, so yeah, that's really what we just have for this, is that like when we realize those things, when we have those moments of, oh, actually, like, maybe I didn't love that so much, or, oh, actually, you know, that's a little bit triggering for this reason, or whatever feelings arise, when they do arise, allow them to think on them, you know, and allow yourself to find a way to express that to this other person in this situation, so that solutions can start happening in the real world right now, in the present tense. Okay? And don't be afraid to voice your feelings. It's just necessary. It's necessary. Communication is necessary. Okay, group number 3. And I definitely have a feeling that if and when we do communicate our feelings, it is going to go smoothly. Like I said, it just might take a little time for these things to come together. But it also might just be taking a little bit of time because maybe we're not being direct enough. But we can absolutely, fix that. Okay, group number 3, this is all I have for you. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I wish you the absolute best with this, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks, group number 3. Bye. Hi, group number 4. If you chose this card, the Scribe, then this is your reading for Are They Actually Sorry? And we're going to figure that out together. Are they actually sorry? I have pre-shuffled your deck just so we don't have to deal with this shuffle on camera. But if that's something that you actually like and prefer to see for readings, please comment and let me know, and I definitely will start doing those on camera. Okay, so let's see what you have for Are They Actually Sorry? Ace of Torches. Okay. Into this right away. Ace of Torches. So we definitely know that there's a beginning sort of phase going on. This will be our Ace of Wands, right? That fire energy, that realization. There's a spark happening. So that's a good sign. And also the Scribe as a card is genuinely a more wise energy. As you might have been able to tell by all of the imagery on the card, you know, they don't really look like a fool, do they? They look like they have some knowledge under their belt for sure. Okay, next card. Sorry, I'm like being very Virgo about the way that looks right now. Let me calm down. The Universe. Okay. New cycle starting for sure. Love that. Promising, group 4. So, in terms of right now, unless we have a whole, you know, like, reversal for the rest of the time, it's looking promising, okay? It seems like whoever you are, you know, wondering about if they're actually sorry, it seems like they are actually sorry. So I do love that for you. I am fidgeting so badly right now. I'm so sorry. My Virgo tendencies are just doing all too much. All right. Okay, we have the Prince of Cups, Mutable Water, reversed. Okay, so we might have a water sign situation going on here with this person. Maybe we're a little emotional and reactive right off the bat. But I also feel like if they have this Scribe energy, like it could be reactive and then they like have a moment to reflect and they're like, okay, I gotta do better than that. You know what I mean? And I've been there, so I get it. Okay. Okay, oh my gosh, love this. 6 of Cups, Hercules. So we're going from Prince of Cups reverse to 6 of Cups upright with Hercules. Look at that. We're going from a boy to a man. I love that. Okay? I love that. So definitely some grow up energy, some glow up energy. Very, very much love that. And also with the both with the both water signs too. So definitely some water heavy energy going on here. Some big emotions, you know. Oh, okay. 10 of Pentacles. Also good sign. And this again is very relatable to the universe right here. So just a change in cycle and a better one too. Okay. I love that. 7 of Swords reversed. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then let's see what we got over here. We have, actually, let me move these down so we got them. The Merchant, self-worth, and trade. And you know what I notice about this immediately? Are those scales. And are they imbalanced or are they balanced? They are chef's kiss balanced right here. So that's also a good sign, y'all. Let's check the next one. The Weaver. Rediscovery and transition. Okay, group 4. So if we're thinking about if this person is actually sorry, I have good news for you. They are. At least is what it seems like here. They are genuinely sorry about whatever situation happened. It definitely could have been just like, reactionary triggers from things in the past that they're trying to do better and shed, almost as, it's almost like, how do I want to explain this? When stuff like that happens, it's almost instinctual on a level. It's a little primal. It's a little us getting back to our animalistic roots where there are just things that happen to us in our life sometimes that when we experience it later on in life, even if we're growing, even if we're doing our best to change, there's just some times and some things that make our brain go boop. And then we are like, right? Like we are just ready to go at it. We're just, all that sort of stuff. And then we take a second to breathe and move through those emotions. And we're like, damn, I did too much. You know what I mean? We've all been there. That's okay. We're learning, we're growing, we're trying to do better. And sometimes, when we're trying to do better, we take a couple steps back, right? That is the natural flow of life. Not everything is smooth sailing. That is just not how life goes. So, I definitely see here that whoever it is that has apologized, they do mean it. They really do mean it. And not only do they mean it, but things are going to change and get better. And this is something that they will continuously be working on and something that they definitely don't take lightly. You know what I mean? Like this is definitely someone, when it comes to like the Weaver, this is transition. So whatever it is that has happened, they know that they are past that kind of behavior now, and they are genuinely working on bettering themselves, not only for themselves, but also for the people around them and for the situations that they are in and the relationships that they're involved with. I very much get from this person that what word is coming to my mind? This is so interesting. Wounded sage. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a wounded sage. So I'm getting somebody that is, usually very wise, very collected, very whatever, but that does not mean that those people don't have their triggers too. Okay, sorry, group number 4. My camera got overheated, so I had to let it cool off, but now we're back. Okay, as I was saying, yes, group number 4, it definitely seems like this person is genuinely sorry, and especially with the universe and the 10 of Pentacles here. They are definitely sure that they want to be making these changes and this change behavior for this next cycle, and not only for this next cycle, but in order for that cycle to continue. So it's like turning over a whole new leaf, right? Especially with our Hercules card right here. So, because we're doing our Herculean thing, hero situation. So I love that for y'all. And, the 7 of Swords reverse here is very much like contemplating and making decisions. So we definitely are making change. This self-worth here is also sticking out to me in terms of, I think that this person and how they view themselves, and not only how they view themselves, but how they view you. And so they definitely do very much care about your thoughts and feelings and opinions. And I very much love that for you, group number 4. I'm so glad that you have somebody in this life who is wise and willing to change and to do better and to, you know, reflect and move forward in a way that is beneficial, not only to themselves, but to the both of you. That's really, really nice, because let me tell you something. We got a whole bunch of stubborn people in this world. We got a whole bunch of people who just for whatever reason, very, very much struggle to see their part in things. You know what I mean? So, very blessed for this type of relationship, and I'm just so happy that you have that. All right, let's take a look at our oracle cards, round out our reading a little bit more. You know, see what else we need to know. Oh, I was just talking about the ego. So we've got some ego shedding going on here, which, hey, we all need to do. And I'm going to plop that right in between the reverse Prince of Cups and the upright Six of Cups, because that seems relevant to go right here. Relevant. All right. And fire reverse. So this to me is definitely like putting down our weapons, putting down our torches, putting down our hot temper or our hot mouth or our reactionary behavior. We're putting it down. We're turning that fire over, okay? Soul family. Oh, I love that. So maybe, you know, you and this person have a soul family connection and relationship, which again, I love. Those are the most pure and beautiful kind of relationships to be in, regardless if they are familial or if they are romantic or if they are friendship or whatever the situation is. Soul family is just such an amazing and incredible thing to be around and have in your life. So very much love that. Very much love the energy of this reading. And wellness. Great. So this may be this person, this may be you. This is, we're taking care of ourselves, we're taking care of those around us. It's just that wellness of that we are taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Oh my goodness, I love that very, very much for you, group number 4. Let me see if there's anything else that's coming to me before I close out this reading. I mean, I like that we have this sword up in the air too, because swords are, that's air, that's a mental, that's a clarity. So now that, you know, I'll show you, I'll bring it close to the camera. You may struggle to see it from there. We have the sword up here. So it's like our crown chakra is really, really coming into alignment with this realization, with these thoughts, in a way that we will be able to grasp and bring down and genuinely better the things going on around us. And also with this, there's just so much wisdom in the Scribe card too. So group number 4, I definitely feel like whoever this person is, that they are genuinely sorry, and that, you know, the situation that you and whoever this person is that you've gone through, whatever is going on, it's going to be resolved, and it's going to be resolved for the better. And I very much love that for you, group number 4. So I hope that you guys liked this reading. If you feel so inclined to like, comment, or subscribe, that would be very greatly appreciated and so kind of you to do. And I hope that you enjoyed your reading, group number 4. Very happy for you and this outcome. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.